The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
Welcome to Season 6 of The Formal Gamer. The University of Eoless has produced some peculiar pupils, but none more peculiar than Goros, Farvan, and Sotru. They face an assignment unlike any other: to uncover the secrets of class and discover the origins of the dragon cults. Will they pass or fail? Will they live or die?
Hi guys, welcome to episode 15 of season 10 of the Formal Gamer podcast. So the episode's quite late this week. I wasn't in my house and had to run back, so it's taken me a long time to get it done. I do apologise. I'll be more professional in future weeks. But more important than my unprofessionalism, that's the right word, is that you enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast. Students, we're in the middle of a storm. A bridge was in the process of being destroyed. Sotru was in the process of potentially falling into the fast-flowing river.
For a lovely swim.
For a lovely swim, indeed. Potentially. You were being harangued rather ineffectively by four of Liege Richard's forward reconnaissance force, we say, that had been observing the bridge the whole time that you guys had been messing around on it. They had ridden down on horseback, but had been flummoxed. Their horses had been flummoxed by the amount of lightning absolutely fucking destroying that end of the bridge, caused by Goros, who'd gone into God mode in the middle of the bridge. In the middle of that bridge appears to be the door out of this challenge room. You're standing there. You have come to the... I believe you come to the supposition that destroying the bridge and parting the two armies, or potential armies, is the way to open the door.
End the war.
And end the war. So we left it with Goros striking down with furious anger a huge lightning bolt and finally destroying one end of the bridge, which had given way and was falling into that end of the river, right next, obviously Sotru being right there at that point. So Sotru, in the wind and rain, as the bridge is falling into the water, roll me a d20, please.
Okay.
This will be...
It's going to be an 11.
Sell me a skill to try and hold on, or stop yourself sliding down into the water, or towards the water.
So probably I would say athletics.
Yep.
Because he's going to kind of stumble and swing and try and kind of grab hold, like skillfully, as he's falling.
Grab hold to what?
Whatever's around him, like ripped metal, like wood, anything he can kind of sink his hands into. That looks kind of still attached.
And what's that bring your total up to?
It was 11, 17.
17, okay. So you manage to, as the bridge collapses at that end and submerges into the water, you manage to punch your... which fist did you have on?
I had the cannonball fist, because I switched it.
Right, you managed to punch your cannonball fist through one of the remaining bits of the top of the bridge. Your fist goes through and you sort of hook it upwards and hold yourself onto the top side of the bridge as it submerges into the water. The entirety of your body, apart from your head, is now in the water, sunken down into the river as it's flowing, and you're being pulled with the current strongly away to one side, away from where you are. Goros, Farvan?
I don't really have any sort of like grabbing things.
I do. I'm going to run over there till I'm within 30 feet range.
So would you have been standing next to Goros?
I was standing next to Goros.
Okay, so you've...
This tense moment!
You're probably within range at the moment. But
Oh, okay.
I need before you do
range.
that, I need a d20 from you to hold your footing where you are, in the slippery rain, standing on a metal roll.
Ooh, well, I got 2, so probably lower is better, I imagine.
tell me which skill you're using to try and stay up in this collapsed bridge.
Nature. I'm using my nature.
Oh, right, okay. So what's the total?
By
the way, no for nature.
Okay.
Well, unless you really fucking sell that nature to me.
Fair enough. I'll use Arcana.
Okay.
Because I'm quite magical.
This is going to be a really hard sell again.
I guess I'll use Acrobatics. I'll try and do a forward roll through the stumble. And I get a +1, which means an overall score of 3.
I was going to say.
Okay, you find yourself proned on the floor and sliding towards Sotru, but you can still take your action.
Okay. No, I need to stabilize. I'm going to try and take an action to stabilize myself.
Okay.
So either by grabbing on, I don't know where I'm sliding. Am I near part of like the railing of the bridge? Does the bridge have railings?
No. So
is it open?
The struts. It did have some sort of struts, but they were rope based, which you destroyed on that end of the bridge. There are a couple of trailing ropes that are still sort of snapped off there at the edge of the bridge. Or potentially, if you could do something similar to Sotru and punch through the bridge to hold on to it, you're now sort of looking at a sort of 30 to 40 degree angle slope.
Okay.
Down towards Sotru.
Let me have a look and think if I can do anything. Nope. No, I'm just going to try and grab some rope or grab anything going past and hold on to it and stabilize myself.
Roll me another d20 then.
11 +1 acrobatics.
Okay, so you slide about halfway down towards Sotru, so you're about 15 foot away now, and you manage to grab onto a rope on that side. Your feet are sort of dangling tentatively towards the rushing water, and you can see Sotru's face. What colour would your eyes be? I
Green,
suppose,
actually.
Smiling up towards
Yeah,
them?
I'm
Nice
very
and
happy.
clean.
I'm very clean right now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And it's actually quite exciting.
It's a pretty clean river, yeah. So just the fact that the danger? Is the danger
I think
exciting
it's
him?
the excitement of the experience.
Does Sotru see
in
any
addition
danger, though?
to... No, he doesn't.
No.
He rarely
can breathe
sees-
underwater,
He rarely
so
sees much danger,
doesn't
considering
breathe.
he attacks Una every chance he gets. So no, he's quite happy, to be fair.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't feel threatened or worried at all.
Right.
He feels quite in control, although it probably doesn't look like it.
Okay. So that was your... So you slid down, that was...
Yeah. My action was to stabilise or whatever.
Okay. Goris?
Do you ever read your
D20?
spell book and realise that you probably should have done something else? Oh, no, that's... Botch.
This is the time for it!
Oh, no, but...
Botch.
Stand by on the poison dice. I don't know. We haven't got them out. We haven't used them for weeks.
Well,
Have we?
whose fault is that? That's not a poison dice, Robin. So, I'm talking into the wrong mic now. But, roll up the singles. 3... 23, just a miss. Woohoo!
Just a miss.
Thanks for that.
So, Goris, you were standing in the middle of the bridge, weren't you?
Yep.
On the thing. So you slip and you slide down. You start sliding down towards the water again.
Okay, I just start heading down towards them.
So you let yourself slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I take an action as I go down there?
Yeah.
Okay, I cast Water Walk.
Ooh, nice.
All of us can walk on water as if it was a solid surface.
That makes it a bit easier.
Hey guys, we can all just walk on the water!
So you slide down. You make no attempt to stop yourself. It's basically like a children's water park slide.
Yeah.
To you. So you go down, woo, and as you're doing your, I don't know what hand signals you're doing.
It's a, what is it? It's a motion, and I got to talk and do a little action, so I raise my hands in the air and go, Cord, let us walk upon your glorious liquid, as if it was vile land. And as I go past, anyone within 30 feet of me who's willing is able to walk on water, so I go, point at Father and point at thing and go, let's walk on water, guys!
I assume that doesn't occur to the other guys trying to shoot you with arrows.
Within 30 feet, they were over the side, weren't they?
So they'd be on the very edge of it, but yeah, no, I don't think it's. I don't think it works.
Also, they
really.
probably don't know what's going on.
No, I don't think they would either. So you end up and you sort of slide as if you're sliding down to dry land onto the top of the water. Because the wave's moving, you are starting to be carried down past the bridge now, though, because you can walk on water, but there's still the top of the waves are moving. Is that how it would work?
I don't.
Yes, it would. I'm deciding physics would work that way.
I think it would.
As if
It's like a
we're
movie.
walking on
the
we're on
spell
an
though is if
escalator.
it was harmless, solid ground. So yeah,
We can walk
Yeah.
on it, but it's an escalator.
I think it would.
now.
That's exactly how I was thinking. So you
like
start drifting
flat,
off, and you find yourself about 10 foot to the right of the bridge, as if you've hit a travelade.
yeah.
Conveyor belt.
Yes.
There you go.
Right. So
Easy. Bloody easy, this run.
Bloody easy.
is your wind wall stops now then?
If I'm not concentrating, then it has.
Did you cast another spell?
I think you fell prone.
No, I didn't. I just rolled
Yeah, you fell
over.
prone, so I don't know how that. So we forgot about your wind wall, didn't we, Farvin?
I never forgot about anything.
So you slid down. You managed to grab onto the.
yes,
right.
while fully concentrating all the time.
Well, better roll a concentration check.
All
then.
right, let's see. Want me to prove it? I'll prove it. One, I botched. So, so
Right, so the wind wall, as you slide down, it just sort of stops. The franticness in your slide just means you have to use both hands to try and grab onto something, and the wind wall disappears. And in fact, the area around that actually gets less windy than it was before. So you've got two archers on either side. Two of them are quite near to Goris now, and they make an attempt to attack him. And that'll be a 22 and a 19, Goris.
Sorry, what? That's what? Sorry, I'm looking at my spell. What was happening?
You have been attacked with arrows.
Oh right, that's fine.
22 and a 19.
Yeah, they both hit.
They both hit? Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. None of us are there. Yeah.
Well, yours is like 18, isn't it, your armor class?
No, 17. No, it's a pen.
Oh, right, sorry.
Thank you though.
So that will be a 4 and a 7 damage.
Okay.
So 11 in total for the mathematicians among us.
Oh, don't fucking mean.
And the 2 on the other side. So they would, if they're going for Sotru, they'd be at disadvantage. Farvin, you are held on one side. So
and laying down, so I'm
and laying down, so it's disadvantage as well.
Out DM the DM there.
That'd be a 13 on that one.
Suck it. Really close.
And a botch.
Yes, that's how I do it.
Just a 4, so he just misses.
Okay.
Okay, back to who's first? Goris.
Okay. Well, so how far have we moved down away from the bridge?
So you are now a movement away from the bridge, if that makes sense.
Now, is it easier for me to go against the water because I don't run? I jump.
Ooh, yes. So you would be able to have normal movement. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because you're not touching, are
Yeah,
you?
exactly. That's what I was thinking. So as I'm just jumping over rather than running against
Yeah,
it.
so with a skillful check, I'd let you be able to jump and actually land straight back on the submerged part of the bridge.
18.
18. So you jump at a kind of angle, because obviously the end of the bridge that would have met the land is now in the water.
Yeah.
So you do it at a kind of angle. You manage to get an extra kind of like foot that you would have normally, and you land, and both your hands land on the edge of the bridge, and you manage to pull yourself up and are now standing
Okay.
sort of on the very slanted slope. You're you are the bridge width away from Sotru's head. And
Okay.
Farvin, who is about at a triangle to you, sort of up on the other side.
So we should have a rope on us. I'm going to get my rope out and try and sort of. I think I'll take my action to sort of throw the rope out towards them to give them something because they're going to be pulled around to make sure we're all stabilised and together.
Oh, so who are you throwing it to?
I'll throw it. Farvin's further away, didn't you say? Is it-
He's on diagonal, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go for Farvin. Try and throw it over to Farvin.
Try.
15 plus my normal throw is plus 4.
You throw the rope out. Farvin,
I bloody caught it.
let's see. It's going to land on your face, so you imagine.
12 plus rope catch.
You catch the rope.
14.
You catch the rope.
Cool. So, Sotru, where is he at the moment? You
Sotru
said we
is-
go see his head.
I should be right next to
So he's punched through the bridge,
Yeah.
and he's sort of below you, as it were. You're on one side, and
Yeah.
he's punched through it, and he's got his arm there to stop himself being
So is the
blown away in the
bridge-
water. But actually, I don't know how that. So would he have now? Actually, because he can walk on water.
The second he gets it done on him, he raises at 60 feet per 6 seconds, so 10 feet a second onto the surface of the water.
Well, when
I'm
his
probably just laying down. On
So it's your turn now. So you've got one arm under the water, so you're actually at an incline angle. So actually, it's pushed your head under the water, and your rest of your body's on the on the top of the water. If that makes sense, because he hooked himself under the bridge to stop himself being
So I would
blown away.
unhook myself, but make sure I'm holding onto the bridge.
Yep.
So I don't get pushed with the water.
Yep.
And then I would make a movement towards. How far away is the door in terms of the bridge?
So it's a movement away because we said it was a double movement length of the bridge.
Looking at Farvin, does it look like Farvin's okay and settled now?
I feel great. Sorry, just get to the door. Okay.
So I would move.
And bring me with you.
And, okay.
You could. You're going to need to roll. You're going to need to roll.
Use an action to help him up.
You're going to need to roll to get up the bridge because it's obviously at an incline now.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but if you want to get up to Farvin and assist him, yes, you can use your other action to do that.
Okay.
Could he go up the bridge and pass the rope and drag the rope with him?
Oh, what, like a mule sort of carrot? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Could I do that?
Yep, so I'll need one roll for to keep your footing and everything to get up to that point, and one roll for your strength to try and pull. So is your intention to pull Farvin actually
So I
up?
think actually my intention would be to move to the door, but catching the rope as I go.
Yeah, and sort of start.
And then pull once I'm there, because it would be more difficult, I would imagine, to grab and pull as I'm walking.
As I saw him grabbing it, I would let go of it. So once he's got it, I would let go because I know I'm just going to be able to jump around. Frog. So I think Farvin needs the most dragging out of this situation.
I mean, I hate to bring like reality and physics into it, but you have a ball hand and you have one hand. So I'm guessing you can't unless you suppose you could tie it on. You could tie the rope round you, I guess.
Yeah, once he grabs it with one hand,
I'd have to grab it with my non-ball hand.
Yep.
Because otherwise it wouldn't work.
And then just wrap it around, I guess.
But and then I could kind of wrap it and.
Okay.
But as long as I've grabbed it.
Roll me 2 things and I'll come up with the spice.
So 2 20s.
Yep. So 1 first.
15.
Okay. So you.
And 10.
So you make your way. The last one. Add your strength. What's your strength modifier?
3.
3. Okay.
Oh, actually. Oh, yes. No, sorry. It is 3.
Yeah. So you start making your way up. You start punching with your ball fist through the actual bridge. You start punching with your ball fist through the actual bridge, and you start sort of clawing your way up and smashing your way, and you get to the rope. As you get to the rope, ball fist through, you grab the rope, you tie it round your sort of underneath one armpit and around your neck, and in a loose sort of one-handed knot that you manage to do, tie it on, and then start punching your way back up to the door, and you make it to the lip of the door as you're there. As you do that, you hear a massive creak from the bridge, and the destruction that you've caused, and the power of the waves and the river hitting it almost pull the. Well, not almost. They do pull the actual remnants of the bridge at an even more incline. So it's been pulling the bridge downwards towards the base of the river and sort of sideways as one of the hold points, the sort of strong points of the bridge at the other end starts to give way from the lightning attacks and the explosive attacks that you wrought upon it. So now you reckon that, so you're looking at it from where you are, you're now at a sort of weird angle, and a quarter of the door, or the inverted commas door, is now underwater as well. Okay. Farvin, you with that sort of float up. Is it your turn now, Farvin?
I suppose.
I think it was because it went down to me.
Yeah. So Farvin, you find yourself, you're holding onto a rope, and with your walk on water, you are now thrust upwards, and you find yourself actually holding onto this rope, and the travelator trying to pull you backwards. But because you're holding onto the rope, you are stuck in place.
I'm making these like water skiing.
Yeah, pretty much. So roll me.
Fun.
Sell me something for you to hold on to that rope.
I'm going to do an elfish skip, where I just skip and barely touch the surface I'm on, and skip, pulling myself on the rope back to.
And what skill is that? Acrobatics again.
Oh no! Who's going to save me this time? Would it be Sabu or would it be Gora?
So you do this elven skip, but in a little pirouette that you do, you actually let go of the rope, and you find yourself being pulled by the travelator a movement away further down the river. Pretty much would put you in line. Oh no, because Goros jumped back onto the bridge, didn't he?
Yeah.
So you are a
So I've let go?
You've let go.
That seems unfair. Web attack!
Roll it. You've still got an action, so you can do that.
I don't really roll for web attack, but
Oh,
fine.
are you attacking for the bridge?
Oh,
Is
okay.
that
Well, the
what-
bridge has to roll to
So-
dodge
so-
my web
So,
attack.
so you're so that's what I mean. You're
I got 17 anyway, I won!
you're webbing onto the bridge. Yeah?
Yes.
Right.
No, to Gorus.
Well,
No, sorry, he's bigger.
no,
Oh, he's bigger.
The
Sorry.
17's a hit, so yeah, you web Goros. Sotru.
Yeah.
Web everyone.
And so you stand there and you continue the water skiing as you're standing there. Both feet down, sort of being pulled by the water.
Gorus, I know you like water, but isn't this a bit too much?
I'm still loving it, to be fair.
It's wonderful.
I don't like walking on it. I wish I was all in it, but this is fine. Is it my row?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're going to get arrows
You're
fired.
going to get arrows, yeah. Sorry, I almost let you off the hook there. So, Sotru, you are effectively upright. Farvin, you are upright and you are water skiing.
Great time.
Goros, you are
On a beam of the bridge of some
on the
form.
beam of the bridge of some sort. Right. So, Farvin, unfortunately, you are now nearest two that were attacking Goros to start with.
Oh.
Well, I'm moving so much, it's so hard to hit me.
Lucky that's an 11. Ooh, and a 19.
Well, that hits.
Right, okay.
How much health have you got?
Well, not much.
So, that 19 was a hit, and you take 8 damage.
Phew, easy. I've got tons of health
So an
now.
arrow wings out.
Now I leveled up, I've got loads of health. Don't even care.
Arrow wings out. Are you wearing any armor whatsoever? Are you
I got a codpiece
a codpiece? Right.
on my face.
Okay, so the arrow wings out and sticks into the leather at the back of your codpiece.
Okay.
On basically where your belt is, on the back of your bum.
Okay.
And you feel the little prick of the arrow just a little bit pointing into your back of your bum.
Okay, felt that before.
Actually, can you have a back of the bum?
Yeah, there's no front of the bum.
No. So,
There's a side of the
So you can have
bum.
the middle, top, and sides, but it doesn't really make sense to the back of the bum.
and you can have the inner and the outer.
I guess the back of the bum is the skin, and the front of the bum is where it meets your pelvis.
But then it's like you're chopping it off and considering it that
Yeah,
way.
Yeah.
that's not right, is it, though?
I don't think you have a back.
I feel very uncomfortable with this conversation. It's about the front of my
Right, well,
bum.
anyway, the prick of the arrow is pointing into the crack of your bum.
Okay. Ooh, lovely.
So don't sit down in a hurry, okay? Or if you do, take off water walk. 'Cause
Sorry, pull me in, I've just grown a tail.
and the other two on the other side,
Well, hurry up then.
Sotru would be the nearest to them, because Goris, you're on the same side as Farvin, aren't you?
Yeah.
That is a 9 and a 17.
17 armor class, so no hit.
Right, so arrows wing out and they glint off your stone natural armor. In fact, one of them pings and actually sticks into the wood right next to you.
No, fun.
And someone's inscribed the word John on it.
Sorry, who said that?
Fun.
Nice for a bit of characterization there. Wow, big hardcore. So, Goris.
I'm going to jump 30 feet to stand next to Thotru
You're. Oh yes, up the bridge.
up the bridge.
Yep.
Beware,
It's less than 30, but yeah, you
I'm going
just,
to jump.
yeah.
I'm going to jump and land next to Thotru, and then I'll go, "Hey, Thotru, because it's your turn next. So we pull this."
So are
farm
you
in
jumping
together.
to grab onto him? Are you?
I'm just jumping to stand next to him.
You're at an incline though, so like, what are you grabbing onto?
Well, I can stand on an incline.
Yeah.
I stand on
It's-
inclines all the time.
Okay,
They're
it's
called
wet,
hills.
it's wet, windy, rainy. You're slimy. We're gonna need. It's a low check, but I'm gonna need a check to see you don't slip off.
11 plus acrobatics.
If you sell, yeah.
Yeah, I land in like skid my leg out like in a cool sort of like superhero pose. So 15.
Yep, that's it. You see, you're standing next to him.
Hey guy, right? And I grab the web that's around Thotru and I start pulling it in and go, Thotru, let's pull this in together.
So you're basically both pulling Farvin in. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Because it's
right.
his go next. I thought,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And I
I'm
would
going to
do that.
pat him on the shoulder and go, hey, and have my advice on how to pull him in quickly. You get a D4 on top of yours as well.
Okay.
Right.
3 from me. So I'm not helping.
Might be giving good advice. Oh, cheers,
That's
guys.
a D4.
9.
Plus
Right.
your strength.
Plus your strength,
Oh, yeah.
you fool.
So I got 6 overall.
Oh,
6 to 12.
12, okay.
18 if you think about it.
Ooh, high rollers.
That's not how this works.
Well, it should be. I mean,
So-
thinking logically.
So, Farvin, you've got this arrow, and you sort of, with one hand, you're sort of trying to feel around in your bum and try and make sure it doesn't get in there.
Your bum.
The web that you've got still coming out of your... Is it still coming out of your hand, or are you, like, holding
holding
it?
onto it.
You're holding onto it, right, okay. You feel yourself pulling in, and you realise, oh, shit, I better let go of the arrow, and you double hand hold it as the waves from the river and the turbulence that's caused in the water by the actual bridge being there. You sort of ride the waves, come up, a little bit of panache, a little bit of a jig, but you find yourself now about half a movement away. You think in your turn, if you started to pull yourself in, you'd make it to the bridge.
Well, I bloody will then, because I'm tired of hanging out here. 9 plus my strength. Minus 1. 8. So I bloody made it!
So you try a few little tricks, a little, little click of the heels and stuff as you start hitting the waves, but you can't, you don't manage it. You've got another action though.
start clicking your heels.
Right, I'm going to do a backflip instead! 14 plus 1, acrobatics, 15.
So as you like hit this particular wave that comes, you do a sort of sideways 360.
Fuck off!
And as you sort of go through the air, that lifting off the wave means that you're not in contact with the wave anymore, and the power of Goros and, well, Sotru and a little bit of Goros pulling you to...
That makes me as strong as Sotru.
Yeah, but you didn't roll as well, did you?
No, I always get dismissed about how strong I am.
It's alright, Goros, I've learned this trick from you!
And you land on the bridge with one hand still on the rope or the web and one hand holding onto the
I
bridge.
just had a thought, what if we were supposed to protect the bridge from damage?
Oh, then this door is not going to open then. Stop playing with your microphone.
Someone's got to do it.
So yes, you find yourself there. So all three of you are pretty much together now, and another volley come from the ones nearest to you, Farvin. That's a 7 in total, and that is a 19 in total. So that last
To
one
who?
will be a hit, I believe.
To me?
Yes.
Good! I hope you all fucking die of dysentery!
Fucking hell, that's another 8 damage.
Great! Bloodies. Thanks for that.
Good you got all that light.
So the arrow wings out and it lands on this time square on the left butt cheek and a little bit of blood.
Sorry, what is this? The bomb patrol? No, I'm not having that. I turn and then it hit me in the groin.
Yeah?
Yeah. I go, hurry up my arse. Won't come my dick.
So it looks like there's a really weird double-ended arrow. It's just gone straight
Looks
through.
like I've been impaled by a massive arrow.
But an arrow with no
Yeah,
point.
Yeah,
like feathers both sides.
yeah, which means it's less painful.
Feathers both sides is your nickname. Sure.
Why not? So it pierces you just below your belly button, and just the head, just the tip is stuck in there.
Why is it always just a tip?
I don't know, it's very strange.
So you're there. Right, the two on the other side, one goes for Sotru, one goes for Goros. That'll be a 17 on Goros.
Nope.
Nope. So one arrow wings out and
I jump vertically in the air.
goes between your legs and goes swooping past Farvin's head. And Sotru, that is a 21.
Oof, that's definitely a hit then.
Guys are going. That's a hit. Okay. 4 damage. They roll high on the thing, does it?
Sotru.
No, not really.
So this arrow.
Someone's been stabbed, just fun.
So I don't think an arrow would really stick in you.
It can stick in
would
the
it?
cracks.
Yeah, the cracks between
Would it-
the
would it-
rocks.
So,
Ah.
like, yeah, you got the cracks
chip
of,
a bit
like,
off.
wood. So it could kind of get stuck in the wood, but it'll probably break off very easily. So, yeah, it's probably sticking in.
Yeah, let's say that it.
Damage some of his moss.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah.
Oh yeah, it gets caught in your
Did
underarm
it
moss.
hit my moss?
It gets caught in your underarm moss.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a bit of flashing red. guys.
Let's get out of here, rather. Don't forget, with soon I can give you your prize.
And with that, you hear another extreme creaking from that other end of the bridge, and now it's properly moves. Now half of the doorway is now under the water. The three of you are gripped onto it. Obviously, you don't go under the water because you can walk on water, but you are sort of buoyed up by this magic spell on there, and the bridge appears to be holding on by the smallest bit on one side. It's really, the bridge has almost moved 45-degree angle now to the water.
Are we on the door?
You are on or around it.
So, a quick kick of the door, not opening?
Not right now.
Interesting.
You do some lightning bolt, you don't have it
Nope.
anymore.
Don't have lightning bolt anymore.
Well,
You think it would take the... Well, no, we'll give it to you on your natural insight. Any sort of attack on that last bit on that bridge would probably be critical damage, you think.
I could chuck a javelin.
Soru,
Or
finish the bridge.
you think that the power of the water might even... Well, I say any damage, but you think a javelin against the bridge, but you never know. But
I'll cast catapult.
on his javelin.
Sure.
Actually, that does make sense.
Yes. Soru, pass me a javelin. I place my hand out.
Okay, him to throw it.
And Sotru passes.
And he passes it, but it levitates on my hand. And I line it up with the last remaining bit of the bridge.
Yep.
And I cast catapults, which just goes in a straight line. It
Right.
smashes it to pieces.
And that hits the bridge, and you hear a creak, and the entirety of the bridge releases almost in this groan and a huge crack from the side of the river, and the whole thing almost just sinks down and submerges about a foot under the water. And so were you at this time, Goris, were you sort of hammering on the
Yeah.
door, were you? You're hammering on the door. You hammer on the door, and as the bridge leaves the side of the bank, the doors just blow
I turn off
open.
walking water.
And
I mean, hold on to Sotru, because he's going to sink.
you fall through the door, and it's one of those how do I describe this? You know when you're playing a computer game and you're in space and you sort of your orientation with the ground changes as you fall through
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're coming in at one angle, but then you get pulled with gravity to the other, and so you fall through into the antechamber and almost onto the floor. So if you imagine you were looking down at the door, you've come in sideways,
Right.
and you're there, and water is now flowing through after you.
Okay. Flop through the door. I'll deal with the water.
So
So-
Sotru
so-
goes to.
So sorry, you and Farvin are still on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you were right on the door
oh, right,
bashing
yeah.
it. You
Can I take an action to push Farvin through the door?
He can.
Yeah, you can
And,
do
and
that.
then can I?
So Farvin, I assume you're turning off Water Walk at
Yes.
this point because the bridge
I
is
turn it
now.
off.
Oh, so if you turn it off, it turns off everyone.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay, right. So yeah, you two are now you're like under the water in the current. The bridge has like gone off into the river and is about 2 foot under the water at this point. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can pull. You can.
Is the water flowing into the antechamber?
Yes.
Good, that makes it easy. Get pulled straight in there.
Yep. So
Throw me in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I would kind of guide.
So you
him.
grab
Well,
onto.
you're joined together by a web.
Oh yeah, you are
okay.
still, aren't you?
So I guess.
Oh, are you?
Those two are.
I know 'cause you did catapult.
Actually,
so
I guess we would be
Oh,
sucked
yeah.
in, wouldn't we? So yeah, I guess we would.
Yeah, but web isn't concentration, is it?
It is concentration.
Oh, right. So the web only exists.
Everything's fucking concentration. Stupid.
So you two find yourself pulled into the hole, and all three of you are in this antechamber with water flowing through from all sides of the door. It's a bit weird. So like the water's coming in from all the sides, if that makes sense, because obviously in the outer bit it's going like that. It's very hard to
Let's
describe.
close that door!
So Sotru moves to try and force the door. Has the door opened into the antechamber?
Yeah, this one's
Okay,
actually
so I'm
two doors.
pushing it to be.
This is like 2 doors.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit. This is a bit different. This door to the other ones that you've been through.
Right.
Okay.
I'll push one side
Yeah,
then.
I was going
Yeah.
to say.
Strength check from both of you two.
Yeah, guys, hurry up and push it closed!
19.
Uh,
Sorry, 22.
and 13.
So, Sotru, you slam yours shut. The Goris's side is almost closed. He's having a little
He's
bit.
stronger than me, even though he shouldn't be.
He's having a little bit of trouble, and you manage as you finally shut yours to give Goris a helping hand and shut that door. And all three of you find yourself in a sopping wet antechamber that has about half a foot of water along
Well.
the bottom.
Create or destroy water. Strike that out, boys!
How am I bone dry now? I don't know, I understand how you suck up all that water, but how am I so dry?
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to be dry. Can someone retrieve these arrows out of my buttocks?
Yeah.
Soru grabs.
No, sorry, not you. No.
And yanks.
No, you don't.
Which one, the front one or the back one?
Both at the same
No,
time.
you don't yank. You don't yank people's arrows.
You just asked him to.
Yes, and I told him not to.
I'm not
But,
getting involved in this one.
technically, he doesn't have two hands. So his ball hand, he needs to push into Farvan's bottom
Okay.
to try and squeeze out.
Okay, but none of that happened, so...
The other one he tries to grab and pull out.
Okay. That would be a nice thing if it happened, but it didn't, so that's fine. Goris, please, can you take these arrows out?
Well, I think Tottenham's got this one.
Yeah.
Okay, fine,
Are these
Jeeves.
all
I
initiative
become...
rolls?
Yeah, well, it always has to be with you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he's doing it. I don't think we got much choice anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, roll it.
Roll initiative.
Fuck's sake.
2.
10.
Okay, I won't be attacking you this time. This is now a fight.
So you grab one of the arrows and just...
So, with my left hand, I grab one of the arrows.
Let's say the crotch one.
Sure. And yank it out.
You're successful.
And with my cannonball hand, I push above the arrow into his bottom to try and force the arrow to squeeze out.
I mean, like, such bizarre, like, logic that will work.
If it doesn't work, hey ho.
Because, like, I get the squeezing thing, but you definitely need two things to, like, create the squeeze.
He
He hasn't got 2 things,
hasn't-
so why not use one?
He was asked to do something. He's trying to problem solve, on a time limit.
Right, you end up trying to...
There's no problem with the time limit. That's one of the best bits about this.
You end up actually-
You created the time limit.
You end up actually just pushing Farvan a little bit away from you as you try to squeeze up his bum. And this very, very light, very nimble, very dainty... oh, sorry, is that an insult? I don't really know.
No, it's a compliment.
No, ends up like sort of his feet lifting off the floor a little bit, and you hear Farvan yelp in a little bit of pain. Farvan?
Okay, no, off you go, Sotru. You have no medical warrant here at all. I'll let Jeeves sort this out.
I've got 5 medicine if you want
Okay,
a
good.
hand.
Wow, I wish you would. You're supposed to do it first.
What, who grabbed it really quickly?
I mean, I did retrieve one of the arrows. So.
I pat Stotru's hand to get him out of the way and go, don't worry, it's easier with my nimble fingers. And I slowly extract the other arrow.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
I use quite a lot of spells in there.
Yeah, me too.
Can we have a long rest in here?
Yeah, especially because I've also had arrows impale me all over.
So do you want me? I've got healing spells now.
Oh, yes.
So I can do a prayer of healing, and everyone can have 2d8 plus 5 health.
Okay.
So,
I'll bloody take that.
well, I do. It's my 2d8,
okay, fine.
not you.
Why can't I roll it?
1,
Maybe it would be better if I rolled it.
3, 9 health. We'll go 9 health. I know you rolled an 8, but I wanted to roll 9 health. And the fact that it was worse, I'm fine with.
At least you tried.
It was your points of health to give.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that I haven't got full health yet, for the long rest, I will have.
Yes, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
have full health for the long rest, won't you?
Yes, we will. We'll be fine.
So, it was a good decision in some ways.
Right, let's all go and have a nap.
Well, I want to do one level 3 spell before I go, and I go, Thotru, come here. So we sort out that moth.
Yes, please.
And I sit down and I take my headband off and I lay it across my legs. I sit cross-legged and I slowly massage the words and I put it back round my forehead, rub my hands on it and put them straight onto Thotru. And I don't know quite, because I've never tried to grow moth. It's just a small specific area before. And I see how quickly I can make his moth grow. As far as the spell goes, I mean, it's very powerful. It's a level 3 spell.
So I think you're going to have to roll to make sure it only comes in one area. I feel like...
Well, I
I'm happy for it to go
choose a
everywhere.
point within range. So I can choose where it is. So I can choose a point within range, and all normal plants in that point, on that point, become thick and overgrown.
Okay.
So that's how I'm meant to use it.
I feel.
I think I'm going to make you roll for it anyway, just because this is something that is not the spell's not intended for, and I think the hilarity value of it going wrong could be quite high.
Well, I think that really misunderstands how a wizard is meant to work. So that's fine. 18. Plus
Where-
my spellcasting ability of 5, 23.
Wonderful. Exactly where you want the moss to grow.
I want him to have like a mossy, hairy chest. I want him to look
With
like...
a snail trail?
Yeah, exactly. Like a nice triangle, hairy thing. Almost a moss to form abs. Like just highlighted in ab. Nice mossy bush.
I would imagine that you have abs like cut from granite. Like,
And like, what haircut would you like out of moth?
Well, I hadn't really thought about hair. I thought he was still going to be bald.
No, I think. Well, do you want the haircut?
because now's
To
the
be
time.
honest, I just imagined a bear.
You want to be fully moth.
Yeah,
What, you want to be
fully,
Chewbacca?
Like, pretty much.
You want to be a Wookiee?
Okay, like I do the chest, and then he's got more.
You gradually just go more.
Mothing you up. Do you want it on your head, or do you want bald head at the top
I
of the
think
bear?
bald head.
Why? Well, how is that like a bear?
So it's a bear, but someone saves the head of the bear.
like a bear without the head part.
So it could be
So you just want to be a hairy man?
a big mossy body and just a little round bald head.
Yes.
A beard?
Well,
Eyebrows?
Do you want a beard like that cool sort of bald head beard look like
that is a
Kratos?
look. Yes.
No.
No, there's a pretty
Eyebrows?
No.
Eyelashes?
No, the head is untouched. It's just
Right,
gonna be the
okay.
body.
So he's got a completely bald neck and head,
Yeah.
or is your neck hairy and it's
No,
just
no,
the
neck
head?
is bald.
So it's like you're hidden in a
The
mossy
hands are
bush.
the hands and feet are also bald.
Feet.
So, is that what you want?
So you're like wearing a moss suit. That's what it is. You're wearing a moss suit.
He's wearing a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
He's forgot the head.
Okay, and that's what Thotru wants. Alice, I am so sorry about this.
I mean, you could have looked so cool there, but now this is the most bizarre thing. I
The
think.
suit's sorry.
Yeah, if
makes
he looked
sense.
cool, he wouldn't look like Thotru.
Soru, are you sure this is what you want?
So when you say the when you say the feet, do you mean the entirety of the feet, like up to the ankle, or just the soles of the
Yeah,
feet?
like the soles of the feet.
Okay, so you want
So it's a bit like Bigfoot.
yeah, you want the top of the foot covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right,
Top of
okay.
the feet
Are
covered.
you sure we could do hair, but the face is bald?
I like my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the head though? That's what he was saying.
And head.
Okay, that's
I thought you said face.
fine. Yeah.
No, yeah, I said the face was bald, but the head was hairy.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's...
How about like in your
Quite a-
ears?
quite
In your
a-
ears?
Back of the hands?
Yes.
Okay, back of the hands, I think.
How does that work on the ball hand?
Well, it says one patch.
Yeah,
You got to screw that on the right way every time,
Yeah.
Soru, otherwise
And
it'll
if
look
you
weird.
backhand people, I suppose there's less damage with a little bit
It'll
of
be
moss.
quite soft before the hard bit.
Well, I think that's a good way of knocking people out rather than killing them.
Yeah, aim for the patch.
Yeah.
But aim for the patch. I mean, I like the thought, a cannonball with moss on it, you'd see it fly in the air and go, oh, there's moss on this one, that'll be fine.
But also,
Cracked
like,
into your head.
if it ever came to, I don't know, some sort of court of law, you could say, I didn't punch him, I backhanded
I
him because
mossed
I
him."
hit him with the moss.
Yeah, I think sorry to the court of law, we've got more problems than him justifying himself. He's punching his way out every single time.
Hey, it's alright, our contracts cover us for at least another 3 deaths today.
That's very true.
Just immediately put out.
You know, I think we changed days.
Yeah, well, yes,
New
maybe.
quota.
Yes.
And then once I've done all my spells, I'm all pooped and I curl up to go to sleep.
We can actually sleep on Soru now because he's not
Yeah.
crazy.
Can we curl up and rest our heads on your chest?
Of course.
Thank you. Well, you don't sleep, so I guess you don't
So
mind.
Soru's sort of lying back reading a book, I
Yeah,
assume.
yeah. Exactly
Actually,
like you
because
are right now.
you're lying down, you've got the book. You could hold your hands out and just read it forever because you don't have any blood in your hands, so you wouldn't even get pins
Yeah,
and
yeah.
needles. Wow.
This is
Easy
something
peasy.
someone...
Yeah, Abby often dreams about a world where there's no pins and needles. Weird, if he met a genie, that'd be the first wish. A world where I don't have blood in my arms.
Alright, so we do a long rest.
I like the fact we don't discuss what happens in any way. We just immediately go, there's some magic, there's some real mossy. Alright, night, guys! Should we talk to Wellborn in the ceiling?
Wellborn!
Only Ray may have died. And that really was his fault.
Yes, that was nothing to do with us. We stopped a war. Ray's death would have saved thousands of lives.
And also was entirely Ray's fault.
Yes, that was... but the saving of lives was our doing.
Yeah, stop the war.
Yeah.
Didn't even fight the people who were shooting arrows at
Oh,
us.
and Goris could have.
Oh, did you see what I did? I can control electricity. Electricity?
I'm not quite sure what you said.
Is it pronounced electricity?
I believe when you do it, it is.
Okay, good. I really just struggle in those lectures. electricity studies was difficult.
Oh, Goris, I feel like we must be the most powerful out of all of the university students.
I think we are the most powerful out of all the university students.
You have to pause
Yes.
to really emphasise our power
For dramatic
Yes.
effect.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine that university student from the very first episode who was bullying us, whose name I've forgotten, is more powerful than
The
us.
fact we've forgotten his name.
I used to hero worship that guy.
I know. We don't even remember who he is now.
I controlled the clouds!
Yes, and I made a wind wall. Not quite as impressive.
Pretty fucking impressive.
Oh,
And I washed.
Yep. You
Thoroughly.
you're the heaviest person I've ever known, and you walked on water. Actually, that was Goris doing that one. Sorry, that was Goris.
And now the softest.
You were both the hardest and the softest person I know, Sotru.
Like bright, flashing green eyes.
Raven's going to be confused when we say what's wrong with Sotru. She's going to be like, is Sotru ill? As if to describe him, like, that's what Sotru looks like now. And she's going to be like, oh, so the head bit didn't work? We're like, no, it didn't. It's exactly what he wanted. Could have given him like a human look so we could sneak around a bit more, but no, little bald stone head.
Because if anything, if I was a construct, I would do moss on their head and not on the rest.
Yeah, no.
But he's done moss on the rest.
Well, you heard how I tried to make him look like people, but no, he did not like that. I like the fact he doesn't want to look like us. Well, not like me. I don't look anything like him.
Who would want to look like you?
Not me.
Yes.
Right.
Right, yeah, let's do a rest and
Long
then crack
rest.
on. We're probably Wellborn's probably 60% of the way there. I think on
17
us.
maybe.
Probably. What do you think, Sotru?
20.
Oh, more pessimistic.
-5 for all the talking.
I don't, that's a good point.
Sorry, we didn't see you were holding that book up and trying to read. Okay, get the hint.
Yeah. Night, night. And the three best friends have a nap in an antechamber. We've had all our long rests in these antechambers.
It's almost like our home.
We're like, oh, it's nice to be back, isn't it?
Oh, that gives me an idea.
Oh, my God.
Let's leave something in here and see if it stays.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, if Raven came through, we could tell Raven we've gone to the next room.
Yes, we'll leave a note.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
Oh yeah, Raven.
Well,
The problem, go on, Goris.
we
What
went
do you
through
think,
the door
Raven?
she went through, and she locked us out.
Yes.
And she never turns up, and we know that, like, we think there's some sort of time thing. So
Yes.
it's only a couple of minutes, and she never showed up. So, and she's not in here now. So, should we open the door and see if she's in there?
Oh, we could do, but that might break one of the person's minds who's in the room.
Yeah.
The DM's eyes are shifting around quite quickly.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Sotru.
No,
you.
we're talking about
If we
the
were
DM.
to open the door backwards and look to see if Raven was in there.
No, I've got that down now. I got it down.
Okay, you've got
Right,
it down now.
So,
I'm
yeah,
worried
we
that
could-
would do something bad to Raven.
What, opening the door and looking at her?
Well, like,
Not if she's still in there, because all we do is
yeah,
open
I don't know
the door
if we
and she
can
would
trap
be
her in the
there.
wrong place. What if she's in the last room?
Well,
with
she's
the
in one of the
fridge?
realms.
Yeah, do we accidentally get her stuck in one of those if we go backwards?
Well, if she's in the last realm, she's not getting through because that bridge is underwater now.
Yeah.
That's going to empty. Well,
Does it mean that anytime someone does them, that room is gone then?
I think so. That's what I would expect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's hope she's not through there. We'll leave her a note in here.
Yes.
Just in case. We don't want to muck around with the magic too much.
And to be honest as well, like, Raven was very helpful, but I don't know if I trust her.
She wanted to steal all the treasure.
For a crime syndicate.
Family. That's very naughty, isn't it, Sotru?
She seems cordist.
Yeah. Does she does seem a bit racist against our people.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no. We're Cordites.
Yeah.
She's Cordis.
I misunderstood that.
Well, if you're not part of the club, you won't understand the way we talk. These two thinking they could just join in our conversations. Embarrassing for a minute, Sotru.
Okay, I'll write a note. What should we put on the note, Sotru?
My moss.
Okay, I'll put on the note that.
What, your physical moss?
Yes, my.
Yes, my physical.
Oh wait, I'm not talking to you. Because I have so much moss, Sotru is quite happy to take a little bit of moss and leave it.
Okay.
As like a stamp.
So here's
I guess we've now seen that he now thinks that the moss is a nice gift because of the altar. They wanted the moss, so Sotru's like, people want some moss. This is what we give now.
So I'll write a note saying, Raven, we've carried on. We hope you catch up. Don't be bad or steal things.
Sotru's covered in moss now.
Sotru's covered in moss now. It looks like this, and I'll put an arrow pointing to the moss on the paper, and I'll put that in the middle of the room. Okay?
Let's hope something comes through that one, because this paper will just get covered in water
Yes,
and washed away.
yes. No, the moss would like that.
Yeah, the moth will love that.
Yes.
So if Sotru decides that, so your spell, once you've done it, that's it. It's there,
Yeah.
and the stuff is growing.
Yeah.
So is Sotru now permanently hairy?
I guess in the same way that moss, it's alive, so the moss has to live.
Yeah. So I suppose
we've got to
suppose
keep
he
watering
So I
him.
imagine I probably have to look after it. So if I get attacked, I guess it would cut off moss. It wouldn't necessarily grow
Yeah,
back,
and I imagine,
or it
when I had
could
to look
grow back
after
over
horses all the time, I imagine I've always got to save a 3rd level spell to repair someone's horse every day.
because otherwise it'll grow back too slow. Oh yeah, you'd
Yeah.
end up looking like you could tell all the attacks.
So I
you
could
had.
have all the
Battle
potential
scars,
yeah,
yeah.
like battle scars through the moss.
Let's say hit
but
you
then
in
it
the
could.
head.
I would imagine it could.
Except if he gets popped
Except
on
for
the
my
head.
head. Well, I mean, you can still
Sotru's
see that
not
on
charging
the, on
head
the
first into
rock.
battle to protect his moss.
Yeah, it's blocking swords from his head. Don't hit my moss from his head. Yeah.
But then it would grow slowly while not being attacked.
Having a lovely time. I just imagining Sotru finding people with his head, swinging him, no! Just headbutting people, refusing to use his hands. He's too close to the moss. Protect the moss! We've created a permanent you. Come on, the end. Next.
Yeah, come on.
Next one. Let us through. Open the door. Have we rested?
So yes, you're rested, and let's say you.
Any signs of eyes up above?
There aren't any signs.
I think Wellborn's fallen asleep.
Well, that's not blaming him.
Yes.
We just slept for 8 hours.
That's true. Yeah, we'll get pretty boring after that. But I mean, he must have enjoyed us in the last realm.
Was pretty cool.
Yes. Well, let's see what's in the next one then.
Sotru, do you want to go first?
Sotru opens the door and goes straight through again.
I'm going to take that. And then, yeah.
Are we doing initiative again?
No, I let him go through.
No? Okay, right. You open up the door and you find yourself to be in what appears to be a gladiatorial... In fact, are you jumping through?
I hadn't. But let's be honest. I definitely would have done the second Sotru was clear. I'd have leapt over his head.
So 30 foot. So Goris being at the front, he goes 30 foot into what appears to be a gladiatorial arena. There are crowds all around, singing, screaming. There is a high 10, 15 foot brick wall around the outside, as you would expect to find in something like the Colosseum.
How tall did you just say?
10, 15.
Sucker!
10 to 15 feet. Just so that's logged in my memory banks. Uh-oh!
15-foot wall around the...
Perfect.
yeah. But it's not going to be a fucking 30-foot wall, is it?
Nope.
No.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Just thought I'd log that one and let you know how quickly I can fuck up your situation.
How high can you jump again, Goris?
Perfectly 15 feet. Okay. And that's where my feet are, obviously, so my hands, easy reaching this oh, pulling myself up, and then I'm running around the crowd, loving all the boys.
There's an earthquake and the entire floor of this thing drops 5 foot.
I'm still 5 feet tall, I can jump the top of it. You did a 10 feet.
And a half speed.
Oh, 10!
So you go and you land in... It's sand. Don't get...
Oh!
I mean, like, actually, I suppose any sand is bad for you.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like special sand.
So it's
Told you my one phobia.
it's not hot. It's very temperate.
Sotru, can I stand on your shoulder?
Sotru nods.
I jump up on the Sotru's shoulder. And crouch down like a little
What, legs either side of his head?
No,
or-
like...
Careful of the moss.
On your head, then.
Are you wiping your feet on his moss?
No,
'Cause
I
it-
assume
being
feet
a-
on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll fit on your head to take the weight off
Yes.
your moth.
Yes.
Frog slime is good for moss.
Yeah. I'll drip some slime onto your moth.
It's like conditioner.
Sorry, looks quite happy at that.
Massage the moth.
Believes you, father.
I mean, it probably is quite, you know.
Yeah, but I've got high nature, I know.
So yeah,
Father, you coming out?
No, maybe not. Maybe
Okay.
you do this one.
Yep, fair enough.
I'll stay in the doorway.
I think some of them didn't start until the door got shut, which is weird. It makes them think they're not real places, maybe sometimes.
Yes.
Because that water one didn't start until the door was shut.
Or they have some like time paralysis thing because
Yeah,
they are
exactly.
controlling.
All right,
time.
we'll just stay with the door open for a bit and see the reality.
Is this a different arena from one of the arenas we saw
gonna say,
before? Yeah, sorry. You recognise this arena before? Do we?
when did you go to an arena before?
We
opened a door
yes.
once, and it was open to a gladiatorial arena.
And we just
but
closed the door
we
again.
didn't go in. We just closed it.
Yes.
But I don't think we asked for descriptions or anything. So
Yeah.
Well, we would have seen it.
Are you talking about the one with the stage with the hooded figure?
No,
Is
no,
that
that's
the same?
different.
No, we
I
opened the door, saw the arena, closed it, opened it, went through for the hooded figure, and was like, oh.
So in the brief look that you got, it would be very similar. Yes.
I guess he said we never go through the same door
Yeah, 'cause we
twice.
didn't actually go
He
through
didn't
it, did
say the door doesn't open to the same place twice.
so we could come back to that hooded execution.
No, because we went through that door.
What are we doing there?
But we did.
We went through, looked at the guy with the hood, didn't close the door, and then went back through.
But it could also mean. I mean, it's interpretation.
Yeah,
You could say
exactly.
through means
Through
going in
and
through.
closing the door. Yeah. So maybe we don't know if we'll get the hooded figure. It'd be nice to go and save him at some point.
Okay, so
So yes, it would be the same. You see a line of.
what is it? What am I seeing?
So looking out into the arena, you see there are two small doors on the left and right of you in the middle of this sort of oval arena. Yeah, and there is one large door at the very far end, which has another smaller door set in it. If you imagine like those garage doors, the big like industrial ones that have like
Yeah.
a smaller door in them.
Okay.
And you, looking back at your door, you appear to have come through the same thing. One smaller door in a larger door, if that
Okay.
makes sense. The two small doors on either side of the arena, open, and two people wearing sort of trumpeters' regalia, bright colours and patchwork with trumpets, with little flags hanging off them, come out, and they start trumpeting. From one of the doors, the door on the right, a small, rather portly, fat man starts walking out, and he turns and moves his left arm towards the three of you and says, "Our first contestants."
Well, Raven's not been through here then.
yeah. No, look. Okay.
Well,
And
not
now for their opponents.
This will be easy.
And with that, the door on the other side of the arena starts to creak open. And with that, we will leave this episode.
But what's it going to be?
Probably like 2 dogs.
Yeah, maybe 3 dogs because there's 3 of us.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah, 3 dogs maybe.
A bear with moss.
Oh shit.
The Formal Gamer, podcasts for those with exquisite taste.